Hi everybody and welcome to today's class. Today's class is called Open the Side Seam. So we're going to be thinking about opening the sides of the neck, the sides of the body, under the armpit and also into the inner thighs, into those adductors. Okay, so I am sitting on a little blanket to start because we are going to start seated. You don't need to have your legs crossed, you can have them out in front of you, wherever you can get that nice tall spine, okay? We're not going to be here for super long, but I just want you to start to feel wherever you are, your sit bones just grounding down on the surface beneath you. And just take a couple of rounds of breath and let your hands just rest naturally on your legs. Palms can be up or down, just let the elbows release and the shoulders just melt down away from your ears. Take a nice inhale and exhale. And the next time you take an inhale, take that breath fully into the side and back ribs. And then as you exhale, just let the left ear fall towards the left shoulder. Just pause there for a moment. And then let your left hand just travel up and land on the top of the head. The weight of that hand just increasing that stretch down that right side. And then take your right hand out like a stop sign. Your fingertips are up towards the ceiling. You'll take an inhale. And then as you exhale, those fingertips are just going to rotate and turn towards the floor. And then inhale, the fingertips will come up. And exhale, they'll point down. Take one more like that. Inhale up. And exhale down. As they're pointing down, you're now going to let the fingertips come down towards the ground. Hopefully they might just touch. Release that right shoulder down away from the ear. Lift that right ear up towards the ceiling. So create space in the side of the neck. Take one more breath. And then releasing that hand as you let your head nice and gently float up. Just take a moment as that head just readjusts over the shoulders. And then the next time you take your exhale, you're going to let your right ear fall to your right shoulder. Pause for a moment. And then take that right hand, placing it on top of the head. Just increase that stretch slightly. And then take that left hand out like a stop sign. So straightening that arm. Your inhale. And then exhale, just rotate. Turn those fingertips to the ground. And then inhale as you come back to that stop sign, fingertips up. And exhale as they point down. Last one, fingertips up. And then exhale, point those fingertips down and let your hand travel down, fingertips touch the ground. Release that left shoulder away from the ear and lift that left ear up to the ceiling. So really thinking about lifting your head into your hand. Take one more breath. And then nice and gently start to float the head up. Let your hand just release, placing it back down. And then on your next exhale, just let your chin fall to your chest. Then interlace your hands behind your head. Your forearms are going to cup your skull. So the elbows are kind of pointing down towards the ground. And then I want you to think about lifting your head into your hands. So you don't need to press down with your hands. Your head's actively pushing up into your hands. Just open the back side of the neck. And then start to rotate your head from side to side. So as you rotate, your chin will come towards one armpit and then it will rotate and go to the other. All the while still lifting up in the back of the head into your hands. Take one more each side. And then coming back to center, releasing that as you lift your head up and let your hands come back. And then from there, we're going to transition onto our backs. So coming to lay down on the floor, soles of the feet on the floor, knees up towards the ceiling. Let your hands just run alongside your body. Tuck your chin into your chest slightly so you can get that length in the back of the neck and you're elongating your spine. You're going to take an inhale and then lengthen the tailbone to the heels. You're going to pick your hips up, come into your low bridge. And then exhale as you're going to come back down. You can hover off the floor or land fully. And then push into your feet and lift up again. So just lifting and lowering. So we're opening the front of the hips. We're working those glutes. All the while just thinking about stretching the spine. And just letting that chin just drop into your throat. So we're keeping that length in the back of the neck. Then the next time that you come up, you're going to reach your arms up and overhead. As you reach your arms up and overhead, only go as far as it feels okay for your arms and reach your fingertips to the back. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. And then as you start to come down, you'll bring your arms back down. Again, you'll hover or tap on the floor. And then inhale as you lift up. Reach the fingertips. Lift up in the armpits. Lift up in the shoulder blades. And then exhale as you lower. So inhale as you come up. Reach for length in the sides. And then exhale as you come down. Just take 3 more there in your own time, holding your core steady. Every time those arms come up and overhead and you lift up, try not to let the chin lift. So keeping that sort of chin in towards the throat. So it's not aggressive, we're just trying to keep that length in the back of the neck. Last one. So wherever you are, try not to thrust those ribs as you lift your arms up and over. And then lower down nice and slowly. Bring your knees into your chest, have a little hug and a rock from side to side. Placing those feet back down, you're going to interlace the hands behind the head, elbows up towards the ceiling. You're going to take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to pull those front ribs down to lift yourself up. So you're coming up off your shoulders, pulling down in your core. Those front ribs are going further towards your pelvis. And inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up. Extend that left leg long, so your knees are lined up. You're going to flex your toes to your face. You're going to lower your foot and inhale as you come down. Exhale, curling up. Right leg long. Flex your toes to your face. Pull down in your core. And then lower that foot and inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up. Left leg long. And then reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. So left arm and leg. And then hand behind the head, foot down. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, curling up. Right leg. And then the right fingertips reach up. Hold. Hand behind the head, foot down. Inhale as you lower. Now we're going to move with this. So exhale as you curl up. Left leg long. Left arm reaches up. And then lower that left leg and the left arm. And then lift up. 2 more. Lower. And lift. Reach away. And hand behind the head, foot down. Inhale as you lower. Last one. Exhale, curling up. Right leg long. Reach your right fingertips up. And then take them both down. Reach them away. And come back up. 2 more. Keep your head lifted. And up. Last one. Hand behind the head, foot down. And lower. Bring your knees back into your chest. Have a little hug and a rock from side to side. And then from there, just landing your feet down on the ground, take your hands up towards the ceiling like you're holding a tray. Take a look at those fingernails and just pull back on your left fingers with your right hand. Reach that heel of the hand up towards the ceiling and just take your thumb out to the side as well. Take a nice deep breath in and out. And then switching hands. So pull back on those right fingers. And again, lifting the heel of the hand up. Take a humongous breath in into your side and your back ribs. And exhale, just let everything soften. And then release. Take your feet, heel toe them as wide as your mat. You're going to let your knees fall to the left. Your right glute will lift up off the floor. And you are trying to engage that right glute to get that opening through the right of the front hip. Reach your right arm up so it's alongside your ear. And your left hand is going to grab that right wrist. And you're going to think about just giving that a little bit of a tug. So you're trying to reach that right arm towards the back a little bit more. Big side stretch. So really ballooning your breath. So you are still breathing in to that right side. Lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. And then bringing the legs up and over to the right. Just switch hands. So that right hand will grab that left wrist. That left glute will come up. Engage that left glute as you open the hip. And again then, think about lifting. Lift up in that left armpit. Let the shoulder blade come up. Stretch your side body. And then come back to centre. And then from there, you can roll over to one side or rock yourself up and over onto all fours. We're just going to come through downward facing dog just to come to the front of the mat. So hands are going to come down. You'll tuck your toes. And then from there, you're going to hover the knees, pike those hips up, be on the balls of your feet. You're going to pedal your feet, just bend one knee and straighten the other, just for a moment, get some length in the backs of the legs. Just notice how the backs of the legs are feeling. And then from there, you're going to come to stillness. Okay, you're going to lift those heels up, soft bend in the knees, and then you're going to take your heels to the right, come through centre, take your heels to the left. So now you're just swiveling on the balls of your feet. You're still lifting up in your core. You're stretching the sides, the lower sides of the spine, going from side to side, the side of the hip. Take one more. And then from there, come back to centre, walking those feet towards your hands. Push down, sweep those arms forwards and up, and then bring your hands to heart centre. Lovely. So to start, we're just going to move through one little sequence of moves. So you're going to sweep those arms forwards and up. So really think, reach, stretch the sides of the body. Let the rib cage lift up. And then exhale, you're going to fold down. Bend the knees, land your hands, step your right foot back. You lower that right knee. You can tuck your toes or untuck them at the back. And again, you sweep the arms forwards and up. So we're in our 90-90 position. Holding onto that right glute, keeping those arms lifted, you're just going to rotate your chest to the left and then come back to centre. So you're just rotating left and back. So hold that right glute super strong. So it's just everything above the belly button is moving, everything below is staying steady. Take one more. And then bring your hands down. We're going to come to three-legged down dog. So you're going to sweep this left leg up and back. The ball of the foot is just reaching away. Then you're going to lower those toes down and lift back up again. So lowering and lifting. Again, nothing else is moving, okay? It's just that left leg. You're tapping those toes down. You're using the strength of the glute to lift it up. Just getting length in the back of the leg. You're going to take one more with that leg paused and up, push the floor away, create space in the sides of the body, and then lower that left foot and lower those knees down nice and slowly. Onto all fours. You're going to take your left leg out to the side. So I will face you so you can see what we're going to do. So the left leg will be out to the side. Okay, so from there, all you're going to do is stay nice and long in the spine as you rock forwards and back. So this is where we start to get into our inner thigh. So as you rock forward and back, notice how that feels. You can always stay here. Or if you would like to, as you rock back, your toes are going to start to turn and lift up towards the ceiling. And then as you come forward, the toes come back down, okay? So imagine I've got your thigh and I'm just trying to rotate your thigh and turn it open, and then it's going to rock back. So we're externally rotating. So keep going with that move. Notice how this feels. Remember, at any point you can stop that turn of the toes up. Take one more. And then the next time that foot lands, you're going to keep your right hand down and you're going to reach that left arm up. Reach it up to the ceiling. Push down with that right hand. Turn your palm so it's facing the front. You're going to take an inhale as you let your fingertips start reaching towards the front. Your bicep might run alongside your ear. You're going to pause there. It's a real big stretch to the side of the body. Last breath. And then bringing that hand down. You're going to step that left foot forwards. You're going to place both hands on that front thigh. You're going to lean, so you tilt. You lift your back knee. Pivot your back heel down. Turn and open those hips to come into warrior two. So position your feet so that left knee will be bent, pushing through the outer edge of that back foot. Lengthen the tailbone down, pubic bone lifts up. And then from there, you're going to take opposite hand to opposite elbow. You're going to inhale, you're going to start to lift the arms, straighten that front leg. And then exhale, release the arms and rebend the knee. So you'll inhale, opposite hand to opposite elbow and lift. And then exhale, rebend back to warrior two. Let's take two more. So lifting the rib cage, lifting the armpits. So imagine you're having a nice big yawn and release. Come back to your warrior two. Take a little gaze over your front fingertips, just pausing for a moment. Take a nice breath in, just follow that breath all the way up the spine and back. And from there, we're going to cartwheel this right hand all the way down, pivot on your back foot, land your knee, bring that left knee down as well, and let's cat-cow. So sink that chest, lift the tailbone, and then rounding through the spine, chin to chest. So just taking a few cat-cows here, let's just mobilise the spine, mobilise the tissues around the pelvis, around the outer thigh, the lateral side of the hip. And then come back to tabletop. Take your hands to the left. And then from there, you're going to start to hinge back. And then just come forwards a little bit. So you're just rocking in and then coming forward. So you're just coaxing that side bend this time in that right side. Hinge back and forward. So stay lifting your core as you do that. Last one. And then walk your hands through centre, over to the right. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you sit back. And inhale, come forward. So again, just letting your hips, your sit bones go towards your heels. So just rocking forwards and back just a little bit. Lifting up in that core. Last one. And then bringing your hands back down, tucking your toes if they're not already, lifting to your down dog. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Bend those knees, push down, sweep those arms forward and up, have a full body stretch. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do the other side now. So inhale those arms forward and up. You're going to fold down, bend the knees. You'll land your hands, step your left foot back. Lower that knee. Top of the foot can come down or keep those toes tucked, sweep those arms forwards and up. So again, we don't want to be thrusting the ribs forwards, okay? So draw those front ribs down, reaching your arms up. Hold on to that left glute and you turn to the right and then come back. So just rotating and turning. So getting the tissues around the thoracic spine, around the rib cage moving. Everything above the belly button turning, everything below stabilising. Last one. And then hands down. Right leg sweeps back into your three-legged down dog. And then you're going to tap those right toes down and lift up. So tap and lift. So my left leg, my knee's a little bit bent. I'm lifting in that left heel, so I'm on the ball of that left foot. We're staying really steady. You're reaching that right leg away. Lifting in your core. Take one more and you hold. Ball of the foot is reaching towards the back of the mat. And then lower that foot, lowering your knees down. You're going to take that foot, right foot out to the right into that gate kind of position for our adductor rock. And you're going to rock forwards and back. So you've got a nice long spine. We're not collapsing or rocking or tipping in our pelvis. stay here, or if you would like to, you can start to rotate those toes and your knee up, and then as you come forwards, it comes down. So rocking forwards and back, and keeping the back of the head lifted as well. So we don't want the head to drop down. So you're still pushing the floor away even as you're doing this. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. So you do soften your chest just a little bit. So you're kind of thinking like a nice open collarbones. Taking one more. And then landing that foot back down. Left hand stays down. You sweep and turn your chest as you reach your right arm up. Push the floor away. Palm is facing the front of the mat. Take an inhale and let that arm reach overhead. So imagine you're trying to grab something at the front of the mat. Lifting up, so push everything away. You're trying to stop yourself just hanging in this position. One more breath. And then land that right hand, step that right foot. You're going to lift into our warrior two. So our hands come onto the front thigh, tuck your back toes, lift the knee, pivot the heel, open the hips, and realign your feet. You can always shuffle around with your feet. I always do. So bend in that front knee, push through the outer edge of that back leg. Your back leg is long. Stacking that torso as well. So you really want to think pelvis, rib cage, shoulders, head. Arms being pulled in opposite directions. Bring opposite hand to opposite elbow. As you inhale, you lift your arms up, you straighten that front leg. And then exhale, arms come down and you rebend. And again, inhale as you reach, the arms come up, opening the armpits. And exhale, rebend. So let's just take 3 more there, nice and steady and slow, just trying to get that breath and that movement working together. So you inhale as you lift up, straighten the leg, exhale as you rebend. Last one. Coming back to your warrior two, perhaps take your gaze over your front fingertips. Arms are reaching away from one another. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, you're going to bring this left hand all the way down, pivot on that back foot, land your back knee, come onto all fours. Take the knees wide, big toes touch, sink that bum back, reach your hands forwards. Perhaps tent your fingertips as you reach them to the front of the mat, and then just allow your head perhaps to come down to the ground, or it might hang in between your arms. But this really helps us stay lifted in our armpits by tenting those fingers. So it's a bit more of an energetic, alive child's pose than just releasing. Taking 2 more rounds of breath there, lifting up in your core still, taking your breath to your side and your back ribs. Last one. And then bring your hands back under your shoulders. You're just going to curl yourself all the way up. And we're just going to come onto our backs. Just to pause, just for a moment. So taking yourself down, you can have the soles of the feet on the floor or take your legs long. That's completely up to you. Perhaps the arms just come out to the side, palms facing up. Just let the feet just naturally just turn out. This is our time now just to rest for a moment, just pause, just observe how you feel. Even with quite a relatively small amount of time, you've managed to create a little bit of space. You've spent some time focusing on yourself. So all we want to do is just give a little bit of gratitude for carving this time out and for spending this time with yourself, just observing, just breathing and noticing how you feel. So just take 1 more round of breath. By all means, you could stay here for much longer than what I'm going to let this video go on for. But when you're ready, just taking one hand over the other at the heart center. Just feeling your breath rising and falling in your hands, that gentle ebb and flow of your breath. Just thanking yourself for moving and for breathing and for spending this time on you. From my heart to yours, namaste.